I'm outside again, and I'm hoping that no one would make noise this time and I could just teach in a peaceful environment, but we'll see. So in section 4, we're going to talk about language acquisition, and we're going to say that it does have some sort of preverbal urgings, which means that it's going to be started as early as birth. Even like newborn, they actually express their language knowledge in different ways. And honestly, that's what I'm doing for a living. Basically, I'm just following children's gesture, newborns' gesture, to just understand that whether they know more than what actually we thinks or not. So let's talk about preverbal communication in infancy. Like in English, we have like 45 phonemes, right? It seems like infants, they are able to perceive those kind of phonemes as early as birth. And also it seems like depending on your language, you are able to just understand more or less phonemes. Um, okay. Let's say, for example, you are from Vietnam, you know, you have more phonemes in your language. So basically, you're gonna understand more and more, and you are just familiar with just a wide range of phonemes comparing to Western children. So depending on your culture, depending on your first language, you're gonna know more phonemes and you're gonna have preferences for some specific phonemes. So early sounds and gestures, again, they are very important. Children show their knowledge in different ways. For example, they're gonna cry, they're gonna babble, and they do cooing. I guess you are familiar with that. But my question here is, which comes first? Let's see. It seems like babbling, it comes first in all children. It's gonna be sometimes between 6 to 9 months old. Then we have echolalia, in which children are gonna repeat your sound and your syllabus over and over. For example, if you would say that ah, they're gonna say that ah all the time, and that's insane, right? It's gonna happen around 10 to 12 months. During all these times, we have nonverbal aspects of communication in children, like gesturing. For example, even like as early as 4 or 6 months, in which they cannot say, I want this toy, or they cannot say that I don't want this food. They're gonna just gesture. For example, they just point at a toy, which means that I want this toy. Then they actually start to just say that toy, toy, for example, car, or for example, dog or something like that all the time, which actually implying to that a specific toy dog or, for example, toy car, if that makes sense. So before initiating any sort of a speech, they're gonna start to just gesture about different phenomena in the environment. So gesture is important. Here is a video. It actually shows you how like infants and like 6 to 7 months old children, they're gonna like interact with the environment. They're gonna play with different toys. Watch that. It can actually give you a better understanding. So now let's talk about early language development. We have first words around 11 to 13 months in children, but it's not like a specific time point, right? Some children actually might start their first words by like 8 months. Some others may just actually show their first words by like 24 months. So it just depends from person to person. And like this period is just an average period. A 2-year-old hears 20,000 to 40,000 words per day, which is insane. Infants' priority is in word learning gonna be food, first of all, then comes toys, family members, depending on the situation. Word learning process is very slow. I know that. If you have a child around, you can totally understand me. It takes infants almost 4 months to just learn their first 10 to 30 words. By 18 months, they can just actually produce 50 words and understand 100 words. So always they know more, but they can express less. Keep that in your mind. Um, this procedure is just getting faster. For example, by age 2, children, they can speak 200 words and understand 900 words at a time. A 6-year-old can learn 22 new words every day. But again, this number is just depending on the situation because we do have children from low socioeconomic status, children who don't have that much resources around. They don't have parents who just actually read the book for them or just watch some educational shows on TV. So some children, they don't have resources, so they might not catch up with 22 new words every day. But an average number for children in general gonna be around 22. Um, Again, here we can see there are going to be some cultural and individual differences. Everybody is different. Our culture is different. Some cultures actually put emphasis on let's say foods. Some other cultures put more emphasis on toys or maybe some rituals or maybe colors. In general, it seems like African children, they have a better understanding of different colors and different direction. For example, as early as 4 years old, they can just understand left, right, north, and south. This is not the case for everybody, honestly. Again, even now, whenever I'm using some application that actually telling me that turn left, I'm actually feeling like, okay, left. So I'm saying like I do have like some navigation confusion sometime. So this is part of my culture, I guess. I didn't have that much education in navigation in childhood. So it is just, or maybe I'm not really good at navigation. But the point is that sort of stuff is different from culture to culture and from individual to individual. The bottom line here is a child with lower vocabulary might have reading problems and might just perform bad at school. That actually can impact that child's self-confidence and like can bring some negative consequences for them. So we have to take individual differences and cultural differences in consideration and just actually address them in some ways in our educational system. That's what I'm going to talk in next section.